There's a house listed in my neighborhood and it seemingly checks all of the boxes. And it looks like a pretty good deal until you see this. Let's go for a property tour and I will show you what I'm talking about. I'm Tony. This is Run the Comps. Here we go. Welcome back to Run the Comps, the channel that values up your real estate game. My name is Tony. I've been a licensed agent and an investor and a property analyst for well over 20 years. And I've seen some crazy things in my time. Today, we are at a property. We're going to take a tour. It's a pretty good property, but it has one big problem, and I'm going to show you what that's all about. So stick around. Let's jump right in. All right, so let's go on inside and see what's going on here. One of the first things I noticed about this property here, it's got this unusual split level entry, which is, it's not all that uncommon in other parts of the country, but here in the Dallas Fort Worth market, it's kind of unusual. Not to say that that's the one wrong thing with this property, but it is a little bit unusual. We're going to come down and check out some of the common areas first. So it's got new flooring in here. Looks like they've just painted some of these storage cabinets. Got some storage underneath there. That's kind of creepy, huh? I don't know what you're going to find down in there. Got some storage doors underneath that split level. I'll give you a wide view here. So there's the split level entry that I'm talking about. You get all the bedrooms upstairs and living areas downstairs. So they've put some new LVP flooring in here, painted everything a nice agreeable gray. Get a few things going on up there at the ceiling. I don't know how old this roof is or what have you. And then it's got this strange little dining area, breakfast room. I don't know what you want to call that. It's kind of a throwback sort of deal. Most folks would probably want to just open this all up, take that wall down right there and open this all up to the living area in there. The kitchen, not bad. It's got new countertops, some new appliances. You can see a little built-in oven, a little bit of an unusual setup with the oven down below like that, but cooktop and everything. You get your drop-in sink. So, they've redone it with some boilerplate design. You got the laundry room over here with a utility sink, and then you've got this like little closed-in patio over here on the south side of the house. This stair here just goes out to the garage. I don't know if they got any lights out there, but it's just a 2-car garage. And then back here, there's the hallway that goes back to the living room area there and the stairs. And so down this way, we've got a half bath. So this little powder room there. And then this would probably be the primary suite. It's a pretty good size room. It's downstairs. A lot of folks like to have their primary suite downstairs in this region. Again, not unusual to have a primary suite upstairs in other areas. There's a bathtub over here. It's been all retiled. Just kind of, I'm not sure about the quality of the workmanship, but you do have a shower in here as well. It's all been redone. So, pretty nice. Nice colors, design. Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to turn off those lights. All right, let's go upstairs and turn off that light too. All right, I'm going to go through and just turn off the lights while we go through here. There's that patio again. All right, got the light here. And then you can see it's kind of strange. This goes out to the backyard. Got some guys working on the fence out there. Backyard needs to be mowed. We had a lot of high winds. I noticed a big tree branch down in the front yard. These trees back in the backyard are pretty darn ugly. This house is listed at $499,990. And so basically it's just $10 short of $500,000. It's a 2,451 square foot home. and it was built in 1977. So let's go on upstairs. It's got new carpet. Again, everything's kind of fresh and clean. It's ready to go. Here's one of the bedrooms. Upstairs, a secondary bedroom, another secondary bedroom. And let's see here. There's the hall bath. Again, tub, shower combo has been redone. Very similar to what we saw downstairs. There we go. Get a little light. Yeah, really not sure about the craftsmanship here, but it's nothing that a little bit of caulk or trim would resolve. All right, over here we got two more bedrooms. So this is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's kind of a quirky little bedroom. Be good for an office or something. And then you've got another good sized bedroom here at the corner. But now let me, let's see, where's this go? Oh, this goes all the way back into a big closet. Okay. All right. So let me show you what's really going on here. I just saw something that caught my eye. Again, not really sure about the quality of the craftsmanship on the renovation here, but again, it's done. It's just little stuff. But let me show you what's really going on here. What the real problem with this house is, why it's been on the market for 236 days. Yeah, look at there. It's sitting on a busy corner, what I call a fishbowl house. You put your goldfish in the bowl on the counter and everybody can see him. That's kind of what it feels like here. How convenient to have a bus stop right here as well. Right there on the busy corner. And this house is actually right on the city limits. So we've got Richardson back that way and Garland down that way. As I was saying, this one has been on the market for about 236 days. And they haven't even had one price reduction yet. Let's get that market history up on the screen here. And you can see, I mean, not even one price reduction. They've had it off and on the market for a little while. Now, this property is in my neighborhood, close to my neighborhood. I drive by it quite often, and I've seen it over the years. I think it was used as a rental property at one point, and I guess they just fixed it up to try to sell it. And at $499, I don't know, their price seems okay when you look at some of the actives. Let's get the actives up here on the screen, and their price looks pretty good compared to some of the actives. You got one at 695,000. That's sort of an outlier. It's a large home. It's been redone, completely tricked out with a swimming pool and such. And that one is just listed on the market recently. And then there's a couple other listings on the market here that the subject is priced fairly close to. So in that respect, I'd say they're somewhat competitively priced, but to be on the market for 236 days and never do a price reduction, like I said, they're competitively priced somewhat at $499. The others are like $479, $475. So you've got a couple of other cheaper alternatives to look at in this neighborhood, but there's really not a lot overall. Now you can see behind me, the busy street. You got this big electrical easement right here at the corner of the yard. There's just a lot of busyness going on here. Look at the overall scheme of things. It's a low inventory neighborhood, not a lot to choose from. But again, they haven't done any price reductions yet. Now, as you could expect, most buyers are going to be adverse to a location like this. And some of the common concerns that you're going to hear from those folks is the noise and the traffic, and the safety and privacy. But I'll tell you, another couple of big concerns are your resale value and your buyer pool limitations. Again, a lot of buyers aren't going to like this, and only a few are going to be willing to step up and make a move on a property like this. When valuing a property like this, most appraisers or evaluators are going to make an adjustment anywhere from 2 to 25% for a location like this. I mean, this is a busy corner. You could see some commercial buildings across the street over there as well. I think this one is definitely worthy of a at least 10 to 15% adjustment. And if we made an adjustment like that to the price of this property here, which is priced at 499,000, that would probably bring the price down somewhere between 425 to 450, where I think some buyers may give it some more thoughtful consideration. Now, every neighborhood has a property like this, right? The house that sits on the busy corner, the one that sits down at the end of the street where all the traffic goes in and out of the neighborhood. Well, yeah. And those houses have to be bought and sold just like the houses on the interior of the neighborhood. But if a house like this is priced right, the opportunity that buyers will typically see is the opportunity to get into a neighborhood that typically transacts for more money and therefore has a little bit more upside to a lower price if you can negotiate a lower price on a house at the busy corner like this one. So my question today is, would you buy this house? Or would you even consider a house with a busy corner location, or maybe one that's backed up to the railroad tracks or underneath the power lines? There's a lot of homes out there that back up to those big power lines, and there's a lot of folks that are adverse to that too. How about something, with a commercial building next door or adjacent to you? Well, again, those properties are out there and you can often negotiate and get a better price on those kind of properties when you're looking to buy. So my message is, if you find a property like this and the house suits your needs and it's within your threshold limits of accepting the location external issues that it may have, then drive a hard bargain. Go ahead, make a lower offer on that property. You can probably get it for less. Properties like this that sit around in the market for a long time and are overpriced and they have these external issues, and they're just going to sit out there until somebody comes along and makes an offer. So if you're shopping in a tight market like this one, where there's only 4 active available properties and 10 that have sold in the last 6 months, and it's a tight market, and you got one on the list like this with a busy corner or a railroad or power lines, shoot them a low offer, give it a try. It might be the opportunity for you to get into a home in a neighborhood that you might not otherwise get into. So with that, I'm Tony. This is Run the Comps. I'm out.